I'm a little late with getting these cages in for these indoor plants. Don't do as I do. I don't know if I can get two in here. And yeah, you want to do it before these plants get to this size, but better now than never. This tomato plant held on to its flowers after transplant nicely, and there's lots of little cherry tomatoes on here. Let's see. The only reason I held off on this, it was so cold outside, I didn't want to go out to the shed to get them. Our snow has all melted. Wonderful. There we go. Now can I get this other one in? See, the pepper plant is a, I think it's a hot Thai chili, if I'm correct. It did not hold its flowers. I did not expect it to. There's some there. But it grows really large in the house. So, can I get this in here? Maybe I should have got two smaller cages. I've also stuck a pea in the pot. See if I can get some peas growing around. There's enough room. And there's a spare, I think there's a fat and sassy pepper plant in there too, but that won't grow too big. And I can tie it on to these. I think this is going to go in. Maybe a little like this. Okay. Down, down, down. I think I've hit bottom. Okay, so, and as it grows, I can tie them up if they go a little, crazy outside. I noticed I've got some curl on the top of these leaves. I'm not sure if it's underwatering or overwatering. I think they need a water. Let me see. Yes, definitely needs a water. So, keep on top of that. It's time to move my celery little seedlings on. I've got a tray with little deeper roots. It's a 72 cell. I'm not going to use them all, but I do like my celery. Just got some potting soil here below me. I like this tray because it doesn't have the holes in between where all the soil falls through that you waste. Just going to do half probably. I'll fill this up and come back to you. Now let's look for something to prick these out. Seafood fork. Look, dual action. I can use that as a dibber and that to prick the seedlings out. Celery is a great companion plant. I interplant in my raised beds the celery, and each bed will have 3 or 4, and it's really especially great, I think, with your brassicas, so your broccoli, cabbage, cauliflower, the white cabbage moth doesn't like the smell. It is very pungent. It's good for tomatoes also, but I tend to do my tomatoes all together alone. Maybe this year I'll stick some more. I think I've got a lot. I'm glad I got these longer root cells or deeper cells, because these have long roots. They look very healthy, very good. Time to move them on. really rely on my celery for the foundational cooking. So the aromatic that is a base for, as we know, mirepoix, the sofrito, the sorghum, is that the German one? The, I'm trying to think of the Cajun one. The Holy Trinity. Yeah, I just couldn't imagine creating flavor bases in soups and stews and so many dishes without it. And as I say, it's very easy to grow, it just needs time. So this is obviously my second. I seed in here, pot on once. I don't usually pot on a third time, but if I, because they somehow do okay, but if I need to, I will. Keep my eyes on them if they start looking like they're growing out of these cells. Past few years I have been growing celeriac. I do love celeriac. I just find that I am able to freeze celery once it all comes in and I do my final harvest, and it works perfectly from frozen in all my dishes. So the celeriac stores wonderful, and maybe I'll grow it another year. It's just I didn't have seeds and I think I ripped that out. And yeah, don't necessarily need it, since I find from frozen it's beautiful. And every part of the celery is edible. I use every part. I certainly chop up my celery when it comes in, or use it at the time during the season, but for freezing. And I also freeze leaves. And I also make, I think I have some beside me, hang on. I do. I also make my own celery salt. It's very strong. But I make that from I make the celery salt from the leaves. And never have to purchase. In fact, I didn't even make any last year because I didn't need to. Let's see what we've got here. And excess leaves, as I say, I freeze those because I use them, I throw them in the bottom of a pan to place your roasts on, your meats, your beef, chicken, to give the flavor enhanced to the meat, but also for that gravy. So I'll put leaves on, oh, I've got to the, so I, you know, the leaves from leeks and the leaves from, like the dark green leeks, the leaves from celery that I'm not using for celery salt, some onion leaves. What else do I use? A lot of things actually to build that flavor for gravy. It's just divine. So that's my celery. Into its next stage, I'll water it in and put it out in my living room where I put my seeds now because this tray is so big. Something else will go in the rest of this tray as my seedlings grow on. I started yesterday some lavender. I don't know what it is about when I buy a lavender start from a store, they never do well, but my own, which takes forever to grow, are big, beautiful plants. So I'm doing that again. I've got some Canterbury bells and some sage on my windowsills because I didn't have enough sage last year. I use a lot of it, and that was disappointing for me. It's one of my goals for this year is to get more sage. So I'll try some from a seed. All right. There we go, a lot of those in. I've been asked quite a bit, but I had a question the other day. How much do I plant for my family? Now, I only have a family of 3, so I don't always go into it. But with regards to this celery, I will, as I say, put 4, I have 12 beds out here, and I have other beds. So, though this is 36 plants, and because I am able to chop and freeze it, and I'm low on celery already this year, which I'm not normally, I'll probably put all 36 of these in because I use it extensively in my cooking. So I hope that answers it for celery, but as I go to plant outside all my plants, I'll try to be more conscious of explaining how many I'm putting in and why. So these, as I say, will be interplanted because they are great pest control to ward off its whitefly and the cabbage moth and I forget what else. I think sometimes they say don't put it near beans, but beans also help celery. So I don't always go by some of that. I stick things wherever and they always seem to do quite well. Now these had long roots, so I'm just going to water from below. Let's get that down there. Make sure that's pushed down. Here's a quick look at what I also have growing or starting. There's my leeks. This is my globe artichokes. Just a little tiny Tim there I'll pot on. And this is all my Brussels sprouts. It'll soon be time. Some of them are looking larger. I'll pick a select few, possibly, I don't know, 8 or 10, just to be safe, extras, to pot onto another level. My peppers have not popped out yet. And I just added some marigolds because they take long also. On this windowsill, I just have a couple of peppers. They will remain indoors upstairs in my bedroom. My parsley is doing really well. I'm expecting that one to actually produce seeds, possibly. They're biannual. So, no, it's still looking good. I'm not sure how old this plant is. But if it does produce seeds, I will collect those. And here, this is just some extra green onions. I bought my onion sets for the green onions, and I bought 3 packs. There's probably close to 100 in each one. But there were a few that were sprouting, so I thought, well, let's take those out and pot those on. Hopefully get some green onions indoors. So I'm starting to get excited. I will probably in a week's time be seed starting my tomatoes. And then I just have to sit tight till I do my winter sowing. Well, that's all for now. Thank you so much for watching. Take care and we'll see you soon.